Hi, I'm Ray Collins. Police in Milwaukee are hoping for a quiet night tonight, one night after demonstrations turned into riots, fires, and rocks injuring 4 police officers. Yesterday, police shot an armed man, Seville Smith, after a traffic stop. Investigators say the officer ordered Smith to drop his weapon. When he did not comply, the officer used his gun. Here's the mayor's reaction.
He had a gun in his hand. Now, the police officer didn't know it at the time, but there were 23 rounds in that gun.
Look at this. An angry crowd set buildings on fire to protest a shooting death, including a gas station were set ablaze. Demonstrators also threw rocks at police. Meantime, some police in Sarasota spent part of their day playing catch with some young athletes in Newtown. The chief says it's all about building trust. If you ask these young football players why they enjoy playing, you get different answers each time. From James Phillips.
I like hitting people.
Dylan Jackus.
You get to meet new friends every time.
And Kobe Bradley.
Getting in a game, winning games, and going to the Super Bowl.
It's good to have goals. In fact, the police chief of Sarasota told the kids Sunday afternoon to shoot high, and if you fall short, the lessons of playing sports will still last a lifetime.
Maybe one of them will be on an NFL team one day, but the rest of them will still get a lot of success from the things that they learn. They develop good character. They learn to play by the rules. They physically and mentally are strong because of playing sports. And they also learn to play together as a team. And at the end, they're still friends. Even though they won or lost, they still are friends with the other people on the other side.
Chief DePino and some of her officers hung out with the kids on Sunday afternoon, something she says is more important than ever in light of recent events nationwide.
It's really important for us as police officers to reach out to our community, especially our children. They need to have a good understanding of what the police do, and we're here to protect them.
And as for Kobe Bradley, he admits he has extra incentive to do well on the football field.
My dad said every time I get a tackle, I get $5, so I'm trying to make some money.
Don't laugh. This is a kid who already has his future planned out.
Go to the NBA, win a couple of championships, and I guess retire.
Sounds like a good plan. Let's get the first forecast now. Wendy, the skies opened up about 7:30 p.m. in downtown Sarasota.
Oh my goodness, it really came down, didn't it? And we saw some good soaking rains that came on through the area. Some thunderstorms, of course, moving out into the Gulf of Mexico, and that's where they are presently. We've been left with cloudy weather for the most part right here, and a couple of lingering light showers still taking place across parts of Manatee County and over the northern sections of Sarasota County. And right now, as you can see, those rain bands moving out into the Gulf of Mexico. Plenty of lightning out here. So if you're looking out towards the water, you will see the lightning strikes out in that direction. But for us, for the most part, things have quieted down, and we're going to be left with mostly cloudy skies for the rest of the night. When we come back in a little bit, we'll let you know how much rain fell. It'll surprise you.
All right. Good tease. Talk to you soon, Wendy. Thank you. Well, we are in hurricane season, and we've been lucky here on the Suncoast the past few years. But as our Kate Flexter tells us now, a new report predicts this could still become the most active season in at least 4 years. Kate?
Ray, the updated outlook predicts 12 to 17 storms this season, including 5 to 8 hurricanes. Of those, they expect 2 to 4 of them could be major. That's Category 3 or above.
Each year, as waters heat up in the Atlantic, so does hurricane season. And each year, the National Oceanic Atmospheric Administration predicts what the season will have in store. But this year, forecasters are revising that prediction, saying the season could be more intense than they thought. Still, some local businesses aren't concerned.
I've been in so many hurricanes in my lifetime that I feel like if it's not a level 3 or 4, that I'm not really going to do much about it.
And she's not alone. A recent study from AAA says 50% of Floridians are not actively preparing for severe weather.
You should always have it in the back of your mind to be prepared, but I think it has been so long since we've had a major hurricane hit in Sarasota.
In fact, Hurricane Charlie, which hit the Suncoast 12 years ago this weekend, was the last major local hurricane, and the entire nation is in the midst of a hurricane drought. But already the season is off to a quick start, producing 5 named storms, including Tropical Storm Colin.
People want to have hurricane parties and stay on the key, and I'm not leaving, I'm staying put, even if they have a mandatory evacuation. There's always those that are just the diehards, you know, that stay, but you have to be prepared.
For Siesta Key business owner John Cannon, whose store is just a few feet above sea level. He's equipped with sandbags, shutters, and of course, insurance.
Well, I have a lot of inventory. I have a lot of, if I had to repair and replace everything in the store, it's a big deal.
Cannon says he's definitely over-prepared for some storms that turned out to be small, but he says that's the better of the two options.
I'll check out my hurricane shutters, check out my plywood, make sure it still works good, and we're ready. We can react very quickly.
Forecasters say this season is more challenging to predict than others for several reasons. The major one is that the El Nino effect in the Pacific that tends to reduce Atlantic hurricane activity is fizzling out. Ray?
All right, thank you, Kate Flexter. Other news now, rescue squads rush tonight to Siesta Village. The sheriff's office says a young pedestrian was struck by a car about 7 p.m. FIAT flew the child to St. Petersburg for treatment. Some residents say they are concerned about traffic on Siesta Key.
We talked to a man that had seen it and said that a young woman was hit by a car and catapulted several feet, like 20 feet away or so.
This is really starting to make me nervous. I mean, my kids come down here and I live here and I love this community, but something has to be done to keep it safe.
Another area in Siesta Key with a good deal of pedestrian traffic is the area of Midnight Pass and Stickney Point. The state said last week they'll add a pedestrian island to that intersection. All lanes are once again open on Fruitville Road after a crash earlier this evening. The accident involved a motorcycle, and police say the cyclist was injured. It happened on Fruitville near Tuttle at North Brink Avenue. No word yet on the cyclist's condition or how the collision happened. That former librarian who was shot by Punta Gorda police during a training drill last week will be laid to rest on Tuesday. Family and friends will say their final goodbyes to Mary Knowlton. The memorial service starts at 2 p.m. at the First United Methodist Church. Knowlton's son is still in shock over his mother's tragic death.
I was just hysterical, but I knew I had to keep my head, as far as there's more to me involved here. My dad needs us to be strong.
An officer had at least one bullet in his gun during the demonstration that killed Knowlton last week. The officer is now on administrative leave. Grief counseling is now being offered in the Punta Gorda community. Still to come, local singers compete for a trip to Memphis. Well, details. And World War II veterans share their stories in Venice. Those stories and your official Suncoast forecast on the way.
Need new windows? Buy direct from the factory. New South Window is having a sale. The more you buy, the more you save. Buy 4 windows, save 25%. Buy 6 windows, save 30%. Buy 8 or more windows and save 35%. How? Because New South owns the factory and you cut out the middleman. Award-winning, energy-efficient windows and doors installed with a lifetime warranty. New South Windows are made in Florida for Florida homes by Florida workers. Visit newsouthwindow.com or call now.
Attention breast cancer survivors. If you experience permanent hair loss or baldness after chemotherapy, you may qualify for a cash award. Thousands of women suffering breast cancer were given a chemotherapy drug without being warned about the possibility of irreversible alopecia. If you or a loved one suffered permanent hair loss after chemotherapy, call 888-622-8732. Time to file a claim is limited. 888-622-8732. That's 888-622-8732.
A message from the Pulaski Law Firm. For decades, many Americans working in the trades were exposed to environmental hazards without their knowledge. While the dangers of one such airborne threat, asbestos, have long been known, efforts were made to hide the risks from the public. The result? Thousands of cases of asbestos-induced mesothelioma. Those in the trades may have been harmed by hundreds of companies who produced asbestos-laden products. The U.S. Bankruptcy Court has established asbestos trusts with $30 billion in initial funding. You may be entitled to financial compensation without ever going to court. If you or someone you know has been diagnosed with mesothelioma, get the best care available. Then call us.
Call 800-279-1837.
For nearly 2 decades, we've been fighting for those harmed by asbestos. Act now. Call for a free consultation and see how we can help. Mesothelioma. Don't fight it alone.
They say good things come to those that wait.
Well, you've waited long enough. You deserve to feel fabulous in your fashionable new Fiat 500X from Alfa Romeo Fiat in Sarasota. Boldly innovative, seductively stylish. Fiat gives you everything you'd expect from a capable utility vehicle, like a spacious interior and advanced safety systems, designed and built like a sexy little sportster. Don't wait any longer. You deserve to feel fabulous. Get a new Fiat at Alfa Romeo Fiat of Sarasota.
Hurricane season is here. Are you prepared? ABC7 has the information you need. Access our special Surviving a Hurricane now. Learn how to prepare a readiness plan and survival kit. Know your evacuation route. Be prepared, Suncoast, when severe weather threatens. Access our special on our ABC7 app and all our live streaming platforms.
Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV, and Roku.
Well, school resumes a week from tomorrow morning in Sarasota County, and a salon in Venice today gave out free back-to-school haircuts. Stylists at the Hair Angels salon say with all the expenses parents face these days, they want to help cut costs as they cut hair. And listen to this, some students have strong opinions about their hair.
I sweat the death at recess, so it needs to be really short.
Yes, it does. This was the fourth time the salon has offered a free back-to-school haircut day in Sarasota County. It was Meet the Veterans in Venice today. World War II vets meet every month, but today they welcome the public to share a meal and share some stories from the greatest generation.
We brought all our veterans in because we know that we're losing World War II veterans at a very fantastic rate, and we want to document them before it's too late.
The Veterans Group meets at the Jacaranda Trace Assisted Living Facility every month. A concert in Manatee County with a competitive twist today. The Suncoast Blues Society is searching for the best local act to send to the International Blues Challenge in Memphis. Several bands and singers vied for the chance to head to Tennessee.
I'd love to go. I mean, everybody wants to go, but you know, it's just a good thing to be a part of it and to be with all your co-workers, friends, peers, and stuff, because you got to keep the blues alive.
The event was held at Aces on Pamasola Bay. And today also marked the second year in a row that Moat Marine has had a week for sharks, a special Shark Week. 7 straight days to Real Sharks, Real Science. Today, cyclists at the Cycle Bar helped raise money for research. Each day has its own shark-themed activities.
I love cycling, and I thought it was for a good cause. And I have a 3-year-old daughter, and I take her to the moat all the time. So we love it there. And I love cycling.
Tomorrow, Moat will offer a free screening of Jaws for anybody with RSVPs online. And look at this video. A tornado ripped through the Philippines today in Manila. The twister brought down trees and knocked out power. Fortunately, no injuries. Tornadoes are a rare occurrence in the Philippines. A woman in her apartment building grabbed her camera in time to catch this video, which is now in time lapse.
Isn't that something?
Amazing video.
Isn't that something? That is amazing. And the other day, didn't we have the Firenado that you also were showing?
Yeah, I saw that as well.
I'll tell you. And then we've got Sharknado coming up. I mean, I'll tell you what, all sorts of things are going on. We had a lot of rain.
I know it.
It came down very quickly. We're going to show people how much rain we got in just a few minutes. But it was also hot today, warmer than normal or hotter than normal. 93 degrees was our daytime high. Normally we're 90 degrees, but take a look at what it was back in 1938. 98 degrees. It actually felt as though it was 98 degrees today. We had a heat index of about 101 degrees as a result of all of that sunshine that was around this morning. 81 degrees for us right now. Our humidity is at 85%. It is that wet blanket feel when you walk outdoors. Those winds are calm all around the area right now. We're looking at temperatures in the 70s and 80s. This is true around the state. It is true for us, and we are looking at temperatures right here in the 80s all along the coastline, and this is despite the fact that we had an abundant amount of rain that came on through with thunderstorms that hit at around 7:30 this evening. They were with us for about an hour to an hour and a half, and then they moved on up towards the northwest. And right now, if you're looking out into the Gulf of Mexico, you can actually see the thunderstorms out here, and we have had tremendous amounts of rainfall over the northern part of the state as well throughout the day, and that took place earlier in the afternoon hours and continued until a couple of hours ago. And right now we're just left with a couple of light rains taking place around parts of Manatee and Sarasota County. The amount of rain we saw in pockets, though, was rather impressive. And you can see what I'm talking about with 1 inch to 1.5 inches in some spots around Sarasota, Manatee County. We also in Charlotte County saw 1.5 inches to almost 2 inches of rainfall. Again, all of this happening rather quickly. It did create some ponding on the roads, and of course we are going to be seeing plenty of moisture coming on in. The tropical moisture is moving on across the state of Florida with those winds coming in out of the southeast. That's being prompted by this high pressure system, and it's just helping to bring all of that moisture across our state. So tomorrow, once again, we've got that deep tropical moisture moving on through. We'll see those scattered to numerous showers taking place, and it will be hotter than normal once again for tomorrow. So expect to see that. And what we're looking at right here is a tropical wave that is coming across just off the coast of Africa. There's about a 10 to 20% chance of development, so we'll continue to watch this system very quickly. And throughout the rest of the week, we're going to be watching it. But as you can see, it's a good distance away from us. We don't have to be concerned with it right now, but definitely something that we'll keep our eyes on. Nothing is happening in the Caribbean, and there's nothing going on right now in the Gulf of Mexico. If you're heading out to the beach tomorrow, winds will be out of the east-southeast at 10 knots, seas 1 to 2 feet with a moderate chop out on the bay. And what we can expect to see over the next several days, those temperature highs back up into the low 90s for another couple of days, and we do have a 50% chance of rain for both Monday and Tuesday. Right?
Thank you, Wendy. We do have some Rays highlights tonight for change. Highlights, not lowlights. And a singer says no to the Super Bowl. We'll tell you who after this.
ABC 7's official Suncoast Hurricane Guide arms you with vital information you need to protect your family and property when severe weather threatens the Suncoast, including how to create your readiness plan and survival kit. Download yours today at mysuncoast.com.
Not a lawyer, spokesperson. This is an important message for anyone who took the prescription drug Xarelto or Pradaxa and had a serious bleeding event. If you or a loved one took Xarelto or Pradaxa and suffered from a serious bleeding event,
call 800-220-8268 immediately.
Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to serious internal bleeding, stroke, and death.
Call 800-220-8268 immediately.
You may be entitled to compensation. Call now for a free consultation.
Using baby powder or talc may lead to ovarian cancer. $72 million was awarded in a recent talc lawsuit after lawyers found secret internal documents showing that the baby powder manufacturer knew about the link between talcum powder and ovarian cancer for decades, but never told the public. If you were diagnosed with ovarian cancer after using talcum powder on a regular basis, you may qualify for a cash award. Call 800-793-6621. 800-793-6621.
Temperatures on the Suncoast are rising and the deals are hotter than ever during the summer clearance event at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. You'll feel cooler than ever when you drive away in a new Jeep Cherokee for as little as $19,999, or take home a stylish new Jeep Renegade for just $17,999. How about a new 2016 Jeep Patriot for just $14,999? Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
Hi, I'm Dylan Radigan. The world is brimming with possibilities. That keeps me busy. My latest invention may be able to feed and sustain communities around the world. My team and I are always on the go, meeting new people and seeing new places. I produce films that I really care about. It's an honor to speak to audiences around the world. When people come together, meaningful work gets done. How do I do all this? Well, that part's easy. Hotelplanner.com.
Are the credit card bills closing in on you? Sick and tired of the constant struggle just to stay afloat? Shouldn't this be the year you get a fresh start? Well, now you can settle your debts with dignity and without bankruptcy, with zero upfront or monthly fees. Get the professional help at the Thomason Law Group and get a fresh start. It's easy to sign up. We do all the real work. Better than credit consolidation or credit counseling, the Thomason Law Group uses the power of legal professionals to settle your debts. You don't have to face this alone. We can help with an affordable monthly payment. Call now if you have over 15 grand in debt and settle your debts so you can have hundreds more each month. Don't put this off. legal settlement can get you fast, easy debt resolution and let you get back to the important things in life.
Call the Thomason Law Group at 1-800-394-1667. That's 1-800-394-1667.
Now, sports.
Well, after a long couple days in the Bronx, the Rays are heading back to St. Petersburg tonight feeling a little better. Before the game today, a ceremony honoring Yankee All-Star pitcher Mariano Rivera. There's a dedication and a plaque right there. Top of the third, Rays up by 1. Logan Forsythe hits a solo home run, making it 2-0 Rays. Yankees come right back with a home run of their own. However, going now to the top of the 4th inning, look at this. Corey Dickerson hits a 3-run home run. Rays now up 5-1. Also in the 4th, Evan Longoria goes to the right side of the field, a double off Aaron Judge, scoring Steven Souza Jr., Bobby Wilson, and Kevin Kiermaier. 8-1 Rays. The Rays would get 4 more runs. Final score, Tampa Bay 12, Yankees 3. Just love saying that out loud. The Rays return to St. Pete to start a series tomorrow with the San Diego Padres. After 23 gold medals, 23, it looks like we may have seen the last now of Michael Phelps in the pool. However, he has said he'd retire 4 years ago in London, and that didn't happen.
Michael Phelps entered the global swimming stage at the age of 15, qualifying for his first Olympic Games. Since that time, he has been the most dominating force the world of swimming has ever seen, competing long enough to inspire a new generation of swimmers. Look no further than American gold medalist Katie Ledecky. Here, she posed with Phelps as a 9-year-old. 10 years later, they're winning gold together in Rio.
It's pretty incredible to have helped kids go after their dreams and their goals.
I'm seeing him in a different capacity. One as an athlete, a fierce competitor, but also Michael Phelps, the mentor.
He has just become a role model to so many people and taken swimming to a sport that used to be just, well, that's an Olympic sport. Well, now it's cool.
Sydney, Athens, Beijing, London, and then his first retirement. Phelps did not just come back for a farewell tour at these Rio Games, he crushed them, winning 5 gold medals, and he has now stood atop of an Olympic podium 23 times.
This is a young person's sport. This is a sport where teenagers are winning gold medals. He's 31. If in baseball years, that's probably 55. And the thought that he can still be at the top of the world on this at this point is extraordinary.
On top of the world in the water, Phelps sometimes struggled out of the pool. Controversy, 2 DUI arrests, rehab in 2014. But after all of it, he emerged with a new commitment to compete in his 5th and final Olympic Games. If this is it for Phelps, he couldn't have written a better ending. He's now a father, his fiancée Nicole Johnson and his 3-month-old son Boomer watching and cheering him on at every race.
They've adjusted themselves so well, and I just think they have a very special, loving bond between the 3 of them. I just think Michael's in a really good place right now.
What's next for Phelps? He says he's looking forward to spending time with his family, and you won't have to look far to find him pitching a number of products around the world. He'll continue his work with the Michael Phelps Foundation, which helps kids learn to swim and be safe around water. Perhaps Phelps also uses his free time in retirement to encourage change in the sport of swimming.
If Michael Phelps speaks out about doping, the IOC will listen in a way they're not going to listen to anyone else. And maybe at the end of the day, that's Michael's legacy, a combination of bringing children to the sport of swimming and then trying to clean up the sport of swimming in terms of doping and all the bad things that have happened over the years.
He's changed the sport, and he will continue to change it even past his retirement.
It is finally setting in more and more that some of the things that I've been able to accomplish throughout my career it's in wanting to change the sport, I'm seeing it firsthand. And I think that's something that is really rewarding.
Meantime, the women's swim team helped the U.S. reach a milestone. With their win in the 400 medley last night, the U.S. earned its 1,000th gold medal in Summer Olympic history. Not bad when you consider Fiji just won its first 2 nights ago with the win in rugby. Well, you don't hear this too often, a singer saying no to the Super Bowl halftime show. Adele told fans last night during a concert in L.A., she says it's not about music anymore. Super Bowl 51 will be held in Houston on February 5th. And perhaps if we're lucky, the Bucs might be there. It could happen. Up next, not everyone wants a little sister. That's next.
Download ABC7's free all-new news app at your app store today.
Attention blood clot filter patients. Surgically implanted blood clot filters are potentially life-threatening. Some filters are prone to breaking, resulting in pieces of the filter moving through the body and causing internal bleeding. If you had surgery to implant a blood clot filter, you may be entitled to a cash award, even if you haven't suffered side effects yet. Call the Gold Shield Group now, 888-747-5291, to see if you qualify for a cash award, 888-747-5291.
So, you've decided to go to college. That's cool. So, pop quiz. Which is a better way to earn your degree? Commute to college and fill your gas tank, get stuck in traffic, drive in bad weather, try to find a parking space, walk a half-mile to class, or learn online at Independence University. You don't go to college. College goes to you. That's independence. That's Independence University. And all your supplies, including a brand new laptop and tablet, are included with tuition. Independence U for an independent you.
1-800-350-9872.
At Sunset Subaru in Sarasota, we make sure you get the most for your money. More years, more miles, and when you're ready to sell, you'll get more money back. Come fall in love with the longest-lasting vehicle in its class, the Subaru Outback. Or lease a new 2017 Subaru Forester for just $209 a month. Or get 0% financing right now during the Subaru A Lot to Love event. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
If you're one of the millions of Americans who are disabled and unable to work, I have an important message. You may be entitled to receive disability benefits through Social Security. You'll be matched up with an advocate who will evaluate your situation, handle your application, deal with Social Security for you, and handle all appeals and hearings. Best of all, there are no upfront fees, so you pay nothing until you receive your benefits. Call the Citizens Disability Helpline today for a free, no-obligation consultation.
Attention breast cancer survivors. If you experience permanent hair loss or baldness after chemotherapy, you may qualify for a cash award. Thousands of women suffering breast cancer were given a chemotherapy drug without being warned about the possibility of irreversible alopecia. If you or a loved one suffered permanent hair loss after chemotherapy, call 888-622-8732. Time to file a claim is limited. 888-622-8732. That's 888-622-8732.
People ask me all the time, George, what do I do with my idea for a new product? I tell them, call my friends at InventHelp.
Call InventHelp today for free information. InventHelp has been providing patent referrals, preparing ideas, and submitting to companies for more than 30 years.
I believe every inventor deserves the opportunity to step into the ring and take their best shot. Put InventHelp in your corner.
For your free inventors information, call 1-800-881-6805.
Not the reaction the parents were looking for. A family held their baby gender reveal at their home and shared the results with a cake. It had a pink icing, meaning baby girl. But the baby's big sister wants a brother, apparently. Everyone else seemed happy. She'll get over. Maybe she just doesn't like the cake. She prefers brownies.
Oh my goodness, she's really upset, isn't she?
Yeah, how do you really feel about that?
Wow. Well, those are the kinds of things you can't make a decision over. You can't make your choices over
That's exactly right. But she's too young to realize that.
She's going to love it as soon as she comes out. She's going to love it.
You think so?
Oh, yeah.
Let's hope. Yeah.
The rivalry is already beginning. Well, you know, we were talking about the fact that we're going to see some rain again tomorrow. We've got a 50% chance, and the temperature is going to be hot, 92.
All right. Thanks for the warning. Plenty of fluids. Have a nice night, folks. We'll see you tomorrow.